The new homework policy. How do you feel about the new homework policy? How would this policy affect students with special needs? And how would you follow through on implementing this policy if elected? We'll start with Ken.
Well, I like the new homework policy. I helped to write the new homework policy as a member of the district homework committee, and I like two things about the new policy. The policy sets for the first time clear guidelines on time limits for homework in Palo Alto of 10 minutes per grade. So first graders should be getting no more than 10 minutes a night, second graders 20 minutes, and so forth. And it also says that the purpose of homework is to practice skills learned in class, and the purpose of homework is not to practice organizational skills or to develop good study habits or to increase virtue generally. I mean, it really is focused on achieving concrete pedagogical results. And the reason I think that's important is because kids who struggle with those issues of organization and focus and attention shouldn't be placed at a disadvantage by having homework that they can only be successful at if they have those qualities. And that's why I advocated for that change. Now, what we need to do now is to follow on the implementation and to monitor that to make sure that this is actually working in the way intended, both in terms of the quality and quantity of homework. And I think we do that with gathering data the same way that we do a lot of other issues in the district, and also supporting that with professional development for teachers to really roll out that message across the district.
I think there are many good things that will come from rolling out a consistent and clear homework policy and evaluating that. But if you have a child with special needs, we need to make sure that teachers take that into consideration. And even the homework policy as written might not meet the needs of your child. If your child has organizational issues, or if your child, let's say, for example, your child has dyslexia and reads incredibly slowly, an assignment that might take another child the amount of time that's within the window won't work for your child. So you need to we need to make sure our teachers are trained to understand how those different needs impact a child's ability, and make sure that we're going back to what the purpose of homework is. If the purpose is to find out whether you can write notes, maybe you don't read 24 pages, maybe you read 1 page. Maybe that's all that's required for that particular child. And we need to make sure that the teachers are trained and sensitive to do that kind of work. So when I talk about the homework policy for parents with special needs, I'm talking about how to make sure that we modify it correctly so your kid's still learning, your child's still challenged, but we don't put them over the top, because that's not healthy for anyone, and that won't help them learn.
I think now that we do have this homework policy in the district, we need to make sure that this is included in the team IEP meeting. We need to discuss how homework needs to be adapted for each particular child. As Melissa mentioned, what might take one child 5 or 10 minutes will take another child 30 or 40 minutes. You are the best advocate for your child. You need to be involved in the IEP meeting to tell the learning specialists how they can help your child best. The homework does need to be differentiated, and it's not a question of necessarily waiving the homework. It is giving the child homework that will help them reach their potential with this assignment. I also like the idea of meaningful interdisciplinary homework, so that the homework covers more than just one subject and can help the child in a connected way learn the material better. So those are the things that I would work towards.
Homework has been an ongoing interest in our school district, and every few years we revisit the homework and the homework policy. And in fact, at some of the elementary schools, there are homework-free nights that came that came when the school board and the community was concerned about it. We did adopt a new homework policy in June as well, and we're just implementing it now. the feedback on it is still to come. We need teacher feedback, we need parent feedback, and we need student feedback. I see teachers in the audience, I see parents in the audience, and how this will work well is still to be seen. I did go back to a back-to-school night at Palo Verde. I was sitting in a teacher's classroom, and she said, "Oh, well, there's a new homework policy, and I'm not sure I really like it, but you know what? We're rolling it out, and this is how we're going to do it." And I just loved her honesty, and it's really for the board to hear back at the end of this year and see how it's playing out, see its impact, and not for all of our students, whether you have an IEP or not, and it's a good step, and we'll see how it goes.